Shirlie Kemp talks of pride over famous children and breaking down in supermarket. Being a mum to two young stars can't be easy, but Shirlie Kemp appears to be taking it in her stride. The 64-year-old, who is a backing vocalist for 80s band Wham, and is married to Spandau Ballet bassist Martin, has supported her children singer Harley, 36, and DJ and presenter Roman, 33, as they've stepped out of their famous parents' shadow and found success on their own terms. But like any family, the Kemps have had their struggles. One thing that's been particularly tough for Shirlie is witnessing her son Roman's mental health battles.
Flies and gnats invading your kitchen? Plug in the Zevo flying insect trap to attract and catch flying pests with blue and UV light day and night. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/one before it's gone.
Having suffered with clinical depression and panic attacks since his early teens, Roman also suffered from PTSD after his best friend's suicide in 2020. His experiences prompted him to present two powerful documentaries, Roman Kemp, Our Silent Emergency on BBC Three, and Roman Kemp, The Fight for Young Lives on BBC One, addressing the male suicide crisis in the UK. It makes me tearful even talking about it, Shirlie said. One lady came up to me in the supermarket and told me her son had been struggling really badly with his mental health. She told me that when he saw Roman's documentary, it really helped him. She was holding my hand, and we just ended up standing there in a supermarket, crying. You're only as happy as your unhappiest child, aren't you? For me, the fact Roman has turned something so painful into something positive is just incredible. But it was a horrendous time for him. It's not easy to think about. What is clear is Shirlie's strong bond with both her children. In fact, she and Harley have just returned from a cruise in the Mediterranean together. She said of her daughter, "She's just a very happy person. If I get worried about something, she'll say, 'Nope, none of that, we haven't got time for that.' So I have to snap out of it. She keeps me upbeat." "We're just really good friends," Harley agreed. Mum's so brilliant at helping you develop a clear vision of what you want and how to go about it if you're at a crossroads about something. She's also the total family manager, always making sure everything's running smoothly and keeping us happy. She literally never stops. Harley is equally close to Dad Martin, she confessed. "I'm not a daddy's or a mummy's girl, never was. I just feel like Roman and I have been really fortunate. We've grown up in an environment where our parents treated us like friends and inspired us to do what we love." Indeed, Martin previously told us one of the things he and Shirlie both wanted when Harley and Roman were young was to feel like a little gang. And it's something they've evidently succeeded at. He said, "I think a lot of the other parents at school kind of frowned upon it. It wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but it worked for us." He admitted that he and Shirlie, who married in St. Lucia in 1988, have always tried to bring their kids up with no embarrassment about anything. "We don't hide anything. Life is life," he said. Martin and Shirlie, who says her husband is still the best-looking man I've ever seen after 4 decades together, couldn't be more proud of how their grown-up children have turned out, especially after watching them smashing it on Celebrity Race across the world last year and winning the series. "I don't think I've ever been that emotional. I think it's because both of them were doing it together, but were so far away. I wasn't even thinking, I hope my kids win this. My only thought was, I hope they're safe. Then they went and won it." Shirlie won't stand for any talk of her children being Nepo babies, kids who get ahead simply because of their parents' fame. She previously told us, "I really hate the Nepo baby thing, it's so ridiculous. It's like farmers, are they called the Nepo baby farmers? Harley's been singing and songwriting since I can remember." And Roman, when he was about 4 years old, we called him Roman the Showman. He'd watch Frank Sinatra, and the next minute he was doing a show for us. Shirlie explained she was dancing in the front row at one of Harley's festival concerts the night before our chat. Harley said, "Festival season is my happy place, honestly. Last night I was on stage in sequin tassels, shaking my butt and singing my songs, heaven." Asked if her musical parents have given her any career tips, Shirlie was quick to intercede. "Harley's more talented than I'll ever be. She plays instruments, she writes everything. Seeing her on stage last night, I felt so comfortable because I can see she's not doing it to try and be famous. She's doing it because this is her joy, and that's lovely." Harley agreed. "Both my parents are in the music business, yes, but it's more that it's inspiring to be around them because they love what they do. If you find something you love, just work really hard at it. That's what they've taught me. Asked if she's been glued to all the latest on Taylor Swift and her nuptials, Harley shook her head. The one star the pair would both love to meet is Alanis Morissette, who they recently saw together in concert. She's a badass. The mother and daughter duo clearly love spending time with each other, and it shows when talk turns to their cruise with Norwegian. Shirlie had cruised before, but never around the Med, while Harley was a total cruise virgin, but by the sounds of it, both are now fans. It was one of the best trips I've ever had, gushed Shirlie. I love taking Harley to Rome, throwing coins in the Trevi fountain. That's what I love about travel, you're making lifetime memories. My other big highlight was the Amalfi Coast Cookery School, Heaven's Garden. These moments are worth more than any designer handbag. Harley said, it was the ultimate girly trip. You see a different place every day, but it's completely stress-free travel. There are so many options, from restaurants to relaxing massages at the spa, the gym. We even did karaoke one night, Shirlie added. It's just lovely thinking, I don't need to call a taxi now after a night out. I spent one night chilling out in my cabin. I find it meditative, staring out to sea. It invigorates me. Looking ahead, Harley has more gigs in September and is working on new music. She has also filmed Celebrity Mastermind, which airs at Christmas. Shirlie has been in the studio, singing with the D-Day Darlings. They do the most authentic vintage 50s material, wartime songs, and they sing to veterans, she says. As a family, the Kemps are much loved. Would they ever contemplate their own fly-on-the-wall reality show? Shirlie laughed, no, we're far too normal. They wouldn't get enough drama. There is one show that Harley would do in a heartbeat, though. I'd love to do Strictly, she added. I'm a pretty good dancer, and if you've seen me on stage, you'll know I already have all the sparkly outfits. Shirlie and Harlemoon Kemp teamed up with Norwegian Cruise Line to enjoy a multi-generational voyage with NCL's Free at Sea offering. Visit www.ncl. Come to plan your next family adventure. For more of the latest showbiz news and gossip, follow Mirror Celebs on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Threads.